Hello and welcome back to episode 196 of TNI UK Impacted. Coming to you live via the Total Non-Stop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favourite shows. We are there. I am, of course, your host, Bison. And today I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the man coming to us from the void of his own mind. The Joker. Hello, buddy. How are you?
Hello, I'm feeling wonderful. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Not bad.
Wonderful.
Just to let everyone know, unfortunately, Craig won't be joining us today, but hopefully he'll be back next week for the review of Emergence. And of course, today is our preview of Emergence, along with our usual news and a few recappy bits as well. So, news, rumours, and a bit of a recap before we hit that preview. But anyway, all looking good. So let's hit the news, rumours, NXT, TNA, Xplosion, TNA Impact recap of the week. Boom. Let's get a jingle for that. What do you think?
Yeah, we do. I think we've been saying it for a little while, but we do need to get a jingle. I wish I was good with audio stuff, otherwise I try and put one together.
I'll have a go. Come find a jingle for that. Right.
Yeah.
First off, you may have noticed at the start of the show, obviously, our condolences to the friends and family of the wrestling legend Sid Vicious. It seems like every single week we're doing this at the moment, which is quite sad.
Yeah.
But Sid,
this is really out of nowhere as well. This is really wow. This is crazy.
Sid, for me, was a big part of WCW when back in the day when I was sort of kind of like flitting between the two. WCW, WWF, and all that sort of stuff at the time. I was actually a big fan of WCW. I loved WCW towards when it first started, sort of towards that middle period. I really loved it. It went downhill, obviously, towards the end, but there was some stuff on there that was proper badass. I used to like a lot. It was interesting because I'm trying to remember what channel it was on over here in the UK, but it was on quite late at night. And I think it was a Friday, and I always remember.
I think it was Spike. I'm not sure, or Spike or Channel 5. I think it was.
Well, I just remember coming home late after the pub when I was sort of 18, 19.
Yeah,
checking it out. But yeah, all good stuff. Right. Good news came out today. Emergence fully sold out. Louisville, Kentucky. Going to be amazing. Fully sold out. What more do you need? They sell out Emergence pretty much every single year. I have looked at the venue's not huge, but a sellout is a sellout, and it's going to be a great show. What are your thoughts on this, Joe?
They're still riding off the huge boom from Slammiversary, so a sellout is a sellout. That's great news, but with the massive momentum gained from Slammiversary, there's going to be a lot of high sales and stuff, regardless where it's based. So it could have been a slightly larger venue. It probably would have sold out just as quickly. All the stuff. I will give kudos to WWE for people say, "Oh, it's not just the TNA and all that shit." Stuff that's going with WWE is really helping as well. But they've been since they built Slammiversary and coming off of Slammiversary, the momentum has just been there. It's been constant and consistent backstage, on screen, and everything. They've just nailed it perfectly, and that flow hasn't slowed down anytime soon. It's just gotten better.
No, I think the apologies for me eating a little bit, but I'm absolutely starving. I've had nothing all day, and I've been working my butt off all day, and I've come in, I'm like, oh my God, I've got to do my podcast, and I've got to eat. I'm starving. Anyway.
Well, Bison's chew code.
Bison's graze. They graze all the time, constantly grazing. All right, there you go. And I'm not going to lie, it's a particularly Nature Valley crunchy oats and honey bar. So it's it's good. I'm not going with the old chocolate bars and full of fat crisps or nothing like that. I'm going for a nice healthy snack. The only thing I've eaten other than that today is an apple. So there you go. What does that tell you? I'm doing well, mate. I'm on my journey.
Very well.
I'm on my journey. So no, I think the momentum from Summiversary has been amazing. And the shows have been getting better and better. I think the weekly show has been great since Summiversary. The production values have been increased. I think it was a fantastic. Summiversary was fantastic. And everything so far since has been fantastic as well. So I'm the way things are going. Now, I'm just having a quick gander because I forgot to say hello to everybody, and that's not good of me. I don't normally do that, so I'm just going to try and go back in the chat.
Courtney,
so we've got
hi, Courtney.
Keith's here. Let me move that over a little bit. So,
Melonhead.
Hang on. I messed it all up. So we have, right, sorry, my computer's going all over the shop right now. So we have, let me have a gander. Let me say hello to everybody. Eric Isaac has joined us. Fantastic. Hassan Terrell, Zach Bonifer, Mears in the house, Keith Goldman, Melonhead, Courtney's in with us from the start, which is wonderful. Somerset Slammer's with us. Hey, buddy, thanks for joining us. Barry Monkey. I mentioned Mir already. Swack Fan, how you doing, bud? Thanks for joining us. Eli's with us as well. Great to see you, Eli. Thanks for joining us, pal. Barry Monkey. Did I mention Barry Monkey? I haven't mentioned Barry already, haven't I? I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah.
And Keith.
It's always good to mention everybody again.
Yeah, why not? Let's just mention everyone. It's not a big deal. We can mention everybody 50 times. But it's great to have you guys with us from the start of the show. And don't forget, keep giving us your input. Joe will do his best to try and keep popping stuff up, and I'll keep having a little gander to see what you guys are saying and what you've got to say about some of the things that we're talking about at the time. Just remember, guys, that when you're bringing up stuff that we're not necessarily talking about at that moment in time, I might not necessarily say anything. I might just sort of kind of ignore that comment until we get to that, because obviously I do have pretty much everything we need all in front of me. It's just all in good time. If I don't acknowledge it,
I love reading the excitement from everybody. I love it.
So do I.
Keep coming.
I'm just going to say, if I don't acknowledge it straight away, that'd be why. Because I will be bringing it up at some point, but I don't want to get into it too early. Because it just ruins the flow of the show. It does.
Yeah.
It just ruins the flow of the show.
You got to deal with me as it is. So you don't.
Exactly.
Need
Exactly. I've got to deal with you going off on tangents every 2 minutes. But anyway, right. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. YouTube Insiders to come to an end on 30th of August, which means you will now not be able to watch Emergence on YouTube. But if you move... I knew you were going to bring that one up. But if you move over to the monthly $9.99 tier on TNA Plus, you will also get BFG for free as an incentive.
Oh, I'm trying to find a positive one to get put out now. Here we go.
There you go. So at least positive there as well. Now, I had this discussion a lot on YouTube, on X actually, over the last few days, and I do think maybe TNA need to introduce a lower tier to the $9.99. $9.99 is, I don't know. It's quite expensive. I'm not going to say it's not. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. It's a $10 a month, and I mean, my Netflix is cheaper than that. But I do love TNA and I love the wrestling and I love everything that you get for your $9.99, which is fantastic. But like you say, not everyone can afford $9.99, and I do appreciate that. And I don't want everyone to think that I don't appreciate that. Now, can I get TNA Plus for 99 cents? No, you can't, unfortunately.
No,
and that's what
the lowest is going for is £10 is the minimum subscription.
It's a $9.99 subscription. That is the one. Now, this is the thing, though. I mean, it does include obviously all of the specials. It does include all the specials. It does include any of the extras that they put on the Plus. The only thing it doesn't include, obviously, is the pay-per-views, the big pay-per-views, which, you could go to the world-class tier if you really, really wanted to, and that includes all of those. However, if you go to the $9.99 tier now, because of this, you're going to get BFG for free. So, definitely worth it. Now, here's the thing. There are obviously other avenues to be able to access YouTube. To be able to access TNA Impact Weekly, and I'm not a massive. I don't know all of them, but I mean, obviously, if you go on to www.TNA Wrestling.com, you will, you go to availability or where you can find. There is a massive list of all the different channels, all the different places you can find TNA programming worldwide. Now, and I understand it. Like, if you've been paying $1 or 99 cents or whatever it is, I can understand this would, be piss you off a little bit. I get it, 100%. I do, 100% get it. Which is why I said I think maybe they should introduce like a $2.99 tier or something like that. However, now this is where I have a bit of a conflict with it. Okay, this is where I have a conflict with it, because the bottom line with this is that for TNA as a promotion to exist and for it to retain talent, for it to get a better production value, for it to basically do all the things that we all want it to do and that we all moan about if they don't, they need money.
It's the double-edged sword of the whole thing.
They need money. Okay, so and I do totally get it. I do, but unfortunately, as a fan, we have to pay for it. It's as simple as that. Because if we don't pay for it, people saying, they can't sign anybody. They're so broke. They can't afford to sign talent to long-term deals and stuff like that. They can. They actually can.
Yeah.
No, why can't they? Because everyone fucking moans about paying a subscription to TNA Plus, or generally paying for the content, full stop. They don't like to pay for the content. Well, unfortunately, that's where we're at in the world. Everything has to be paid for.
Yeah.
People, stars, wrestlers that we all love to see need to be paid. They don't do this shit for free, right? So, it's all right moaning that we want to get the free version, but exactly, Keith, you're right. We don't pay talents, and employees won't get paid. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. People need to pay for the product. So, dig deep. TNA needs your support. Exactly, and don't get me wrong. I mean, even a tenner these days is just, in the UK, that's what we would class as a packet of fags, mate. In fact, it's not even probably a packet of fags.
No, it's less than a packet of fags. They're like 13, 14 quid.
Exactly. What? two pints of beer?
Yeah. No, it's packet of fags is about 13 or 14 quid in some places.
Yeah, there you go. So, just smoke one pack less a month, and you can get TNA Plus. Drink 2 less pints of beer, you can get TNA Plus. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. It's just the way it is.
I would have waited till the end of the year to end it. But that was my only gripe with everything. But I did manage to actually get subscribed to everything last night. I've had difficulty with it for the past couple of months. Not due to the app or anything, just for whatever reason my card has been rejected. But it's registered everything fine yesterday.
Yeah,
I watched TNA on my computer last night, big massive monitor rather than watching it on YouTube. So full screen resolution on my PC, which is like 320 by not 3, it's 3000 something by something. It's a huge monitor basically.
Okay.
So I got to see, it's like a widescreen monitor. So I got to see TNA on a widescreen monitor from my bed and Xplosion. And oh my god, it was then and it's even on the website, it's so easy to navigate through everything. And it's they've really done up the layout and everything. I'm not downloading the app, I'm just using the website for it, and it's still so much easier to go through than the Impact Plus app was.
Exactly. Well, Keith, you do actually get a second show on YouTube because Xplosion appears on YouTube for free after it's appeared on TNA Plus first. So basically, subscribers to TNA Plus get to see Xplosion before the people get it for free on YouTube. So it is available, and it is getting better. Actually, Xplosion. They are sticking to the 2-match format, which we have been enjoying, haven't we, Joe?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, I think it's great. We get two good fresh matches every single week. Fantastic. But Joe, let's talk about NXT, shall we?
Oh, yes.
Rosemary was called to action by Wendy Chu to face Kalani Jordan, which actually was a pretty good match. Actually, she made
because I'm sick.
All right. She also had a really good backstage interview as well. So if anybody caught that was really good.
That was brilliant. She even poked her on the nose.
I love the tap on the nose, the little Rosemary tap.
That reminded me of Rosemary and Ali. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree with you. We also then had an in-ring face-off between Zachary Wentz and Wesley, which I thought was a fantastic promo. Wentz was great. Yeah, actually, I think Wentz totally out-promo Wesley. Am I right? I'd like to know in the chat what you guys think. Actually,
I just saw Wes's side of it on a highlight from Twitter, but my god, he's on fire, and I think that's going to set up a match for No Mercy too. But wow, that's going to be a good one. They've really made this rivalry go and really made it shine through.
Exactly, really I think it's a really good rivalry. I think that it sets up the match at No Mercy perfectly. We also had Joe gave the NXT fans some love, some songs, and promises to become.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Perfect. Well done.
Yeah. Internet is doing okay tonight.
And promises to become the NXT champion when he faces Ethan Page at No Mercy. Again, some great showing from the TNA roster. On NXT, absolutely fantastic. I can't fault this partnership at the moment. I really can't. I mean, if there was I don't know, the amount of rub that our top talents are getting right now. Yeah, is crazy, absolutely crazy. So is if I don't know, I just don't know what anyone moaning about this must be mad. But. I thought it was pretty good. Somebody said they didn't like the piped-in crowd noise during the Wesley and Wentz face-off. Oh, really? I didn't notice, to be honest. But anyway, how about that? Rosemary and Wendy Chu, future TNA and NXT Women Tag Team Champions. Oh, Keith.
Yeah,
you never know. Wendy Chu's quite cool, actually. I quite like Wendy Chu. I prefer Rosemary as a character. But I quite like the Wendy Chu thing. I think she is. She's definitely got the Undead Realm vibes about her.
Yeah.
It's cool. So that was the big stuff that was going on, obviously, on NXT and like I said, I'm liking what they're doing right now. I think it's working really, really well. Do you agree?
I think it's working brilliantly. NXT talent is getting put over on TNA and vice versa. Rosie might have lost her match, but she's made someone look good, and she's a veteran of the ring. She's a huge name in TNA. She's a huge name in wrestling, and to take a loss, she's put someone who's still early in her career over. and vice, and it happens on Impact with NXT talent, and they come over, they get huge showing on another company, showing that they can do it anywhere, and it's just brilliant.
Now, David Valentine is putting up an interesting, and I did hear something about this. Why are Anthem executives meeting with Triple H and Billy Corgan? I don't know. To be honest, I have absolutely no idea, but I did hear about that.
That's the first I've heard about it, but I bet, you never know. Maybe Billy decides he wants to work with somebody again, and hopefully, and if so, good luck to him. Yeah, because and NWA's got a huge talent pool there. But if the WWE and TNA can work with, that'd be brilliant.
I think everybody working together is fantastic.
Yeah,
everyone is winning. Everyone's in a win-win situation. And if TNA can pick up viewership from it, if they can pick up, ticket sales and viewership numbers, then and their talents also get seen more. I mean, it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic, and you can't say that it's the NXT talent that are selling the tickets, because we don't really have because like people say, we don't have the bigger names, have we? I mean, Wesley's pretty big, I suppose. Yeah. But like Charlie Dempsey and stuff like that, he's not a particularly huge name. I don't know. Anyway, tickets for BFG look to be selling really well. With the arena set up looks like, to me, it's roughly around 3K. Roughly 3K. Now, I'm not sat there and counted every seat, but it
is about the same size as what we had for Slammiversary. So, I've seen the layout and everything too. It looks amazing. How it's very, very similar to what we had up in Toronto.
Does anybody in the chat know? Have you heard how many they've set it up for?
But it is a huge. It is going to be a massive place, and it's going to get a huge amount of people in. We're going to get at least 3,000 in, and that's probably excluding standing room.
Yeah,
because that's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great. And they've had a good, like you say, first sort of week or so's selling going on as well. So it's selling well. So I believe it probably, it'll sell out maybe on the night, or certainly close to it during the week leading up to it.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be fantastic. I love the way that they're getting they're getting people to sort of kind of like sell the events and stuff now. They're getting the talent to do like these promo videos of the, it's great. It works well. Not just the posters now.
Yeah,
they've added that in. I did hear that Anthem want to partner with NWA. Oh, that'd be fine. I mean, get access to EC3.
Yeah,
we've got some email talent as well.
Great to see EC3 back.
It would.
Yeah.
Now, Nick Nemeth. He seems to be on a bit of a media tour right now, revealing he was initially on a 10 appearance deal with TNA, but he absolutely loves TNA and stated the roster is so passionate and very talented, and it's the place he wants to be. Now, I said that a couple of weeks ago when people say, "Oh, he dropped his title at this place, he dropped his title at that." Remember?
Yeah.
I'm like, isn't it weird that he's dropped these titles now? All of a sudden, he's now TNA champ. Is he obviously committing a bit more full time to TNA? Do you think?
Definitely. I saw one of his interviews. I saw a clip from one of his interviews. He's basically just going over how welcoming the roster was, how it basically made him completely reassess himself as a wrestler. He also touched on it during his promo about Josh Alexander, his match with Josh Alexander on Emergence. He said then, I came into it as a sports entertainer, but people still forget about my wrestling background, and here I've got to show it when the other thing he went on about how supportive the talent was, how welcoming the talent was.
Yeah.
They were there to listen to him, and vice versa, and it just clicked. It's like everybody else that's come to TNA and stayed for a little while. They just get on with everyone so well, and because everyone's in there to look after everyone. and it's just such a great place to be.
Yeah, no, totally. I totally agree with you. I like the way that wherever we turn at the moment, we've got talents all over the place saying that TNA is where they want to be. And I think that's fantastic, because if you've got your roster who's very happy to be there, then you're in a good place, aren't you?
Definitely.
So I'm happy with it. I'm proper happy with it. Now, talking about Xplosion, like we were earlier, Sami Callihan gets a win over Zion, who we've now seen for the second time on Xplosion. I am big on this guy. I think this guy is really good. And it's a shame that they've brought him in on Xplosion, to be honest. They should have signed him secretly and built this dude up to be a monster and arrive on Impact.
The monster that Kon wanted to be.
Yeah, exactly. He could really have been the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Sami does get the win. So that's 2 losses for Zion now. But he
has not looked bad in either of these matches. He's really taken them to the limit.
No, he's
so
been
good.
really good. Really, really good. And I really hope he sticks around. I think they should take him away now.
Yeah.
They should go, yep, this dude is badass. Take him away. Let us forget about him a little bit, because he's had a couple of losses. And then start doing some promos to build him back up again, and as the next sort of kind of abyss.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yes. It's this big unstoppable killing machine.
He's unbelievable. Like you said, you cannot kill what you did not create.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well, you can't kill what's already dead, or whatever it was. Anyway, right. Around the ring, Gia Miller goes around the ring with Jay Vidal, which was fun. Talks about the girls' gang or whatever it is. Yeah, that was fun.
I had no idea what they were talking about. It was just so good to see them having a good time.
Yeah, no, there's something to do. There's like a girls' gang thing. I think that's what they were talking about.
I had no idea what the hell that any of that was. So I was just enjoying watching them having a really good time.
They were certainly having a good time.
Yeah.
We then got the "In case you missed it" recap of Impact. I don't need to say any more about that, really. And then, of course, we had the Xplosion main event, which was Masha, who actually made Danny Luna tap out to get the win. So, what were your thoughts on that match, Joe?
It was a bloody good match, bloody brilliant showing from both of them, and it's Danny Luna is incredible. Masha which is once again showing that she is a dominant wrestler. Because she's been having a couple of losses in that recently. So it's just added more to this rivalry. It's just another good knockouts match, another good showing from the knockouts from TNA.
Oh, totally. I mean, and the knockouts roster, I don't care what anybody says. Once Kylan King comes back, once Killer Kelly comes back, they had a couple of other talents, like some of the ones that we've seen over the last sort of like couple of months. It's going to be that's a badass roster. That is a badass roster. Quick hello to J-Bone, who's just joined us. Smash this podcast.
J-Bone.
There he is. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Great match, great talent. Bad feud. Okay, fair enough. I'm a big fan of Danny Luna. A big fan of Danny Luna. I want to see her really in the next sort of year or so get a big singles push. I think she's sort of kind of like Jordynne Grace was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I could see Danny being an absolute badass. In the coming years. I read that. I read Mira's thing there as STB. I kept thought it was Steph De Lander, SDP, SDL. I kept reading it, but it's not. Obviously, he's talking about Smash This podcast. He's talking about Joe, but there you Anyway, I thought it was a really good main event. It was a really good, solid match. And of course, my girl Masha gets the win. So I'm happy there. Even though I'm a big fan of Danny as well, but Masha is Masha, let's face it. We then get into Impact. Now, I'm not going too crazy on it because obviously we've got the preview to do in a second. So I'm just going to run through the main points of the show. So Impact, Hammerstone wins the Ultimate X qualify over Kaz and Kushida, which was a good match. That was a really, really good match. However, I felt that Hammerstone was a bit clumsy in this match, and I'm a bit worried what he's going to be like in the Ultimate X match, but we'll see. You've always got to have a big man, haven't you?
Yeah.
But I just felt, I don't know, I'm not sure Hammerstone suits the X Division personally. Okay, Rosemary then defeats Alicia Edwards, and after the match, Rosemary obviously left the Black Rose on top of Alicia in the ring, so she's continuing the Black Rose thing, which is cool. It's not. I'm still not down with the whole meat cleaver. I just don't get the meat cleaver thing. I did, however, I don't know if anyone else picked this up, but she's obviously proper buffed it up, right? So it's like a mirror. And when she gets on that top turnbuckle, she puts it near her face and angles it so that when the camera hits it, you can actually see her reflection of her face in the meat cleaver. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Just a little detail there. Just a little detail. Which I thought
that's just the mastery of Rosemary. She's so aware of where everything is, and how to make everything just wow.
Yeah, I just thought it was brilliant. I really like that sort of kind of little detail there. I really like that. We then get Rhino, PCO, and Xia defeating Steph De Lander, Kon, and a returning Madman Fulton. And interestingly enough, they called him Madman Fulton. The last time he appeared he was just Fulton
with Jake Christ.
That's right. But
did you see that tombstone that Jake Christ did? He put that guy through the ring at Wrestling Revolver.
That
was incredible. I have to drop that in. That was fucking incredible, Jake. If you're watching this, that was absolutely insane.
Yeah, I think that Wrestling Revolver is so good. I love Wrestling Revolver. So good. And it's the only way I really get to see, I really get to see Jake now is in those in on Revolver shows. But absolutely badass, and that was a real hardcore match, and really enjoyed that. Now going back to this one though, so it was good to see Madman Fulton back. He is proper bulked up. He looked really beef, and so did Kon. To be fair, looks like Kon's also been back in the gym, giving it some beans.
Brookside like the taste of his finger. That was
so. Yeah, that was funny. But yeah, so basically though, this one was Rhino, PCO, and Xia against Kon and Madman Fulton. SDL was having none of it, and of course, when the match came to an end and obviously PCO and Rhino and Xia won, she got in the ring and celebrated, of course, with her new husband, PCO, after their victory, which I thought was brilliant, and basically spent the whole time giving Matt Cardona the bird, telling him to leave him alone and get stuff and God knows what else, which was great. But yeah, I quite enjoyed this. I thought it was good, and I'll tell you what, I would love to see Fulton back. They need to re-sign Madman Fulton. They need to re-sign Madman Fulton. He's got so much potential. He's looking incredible. And he was good in this match. Very good. Yeah. Then we get into the Laredo Kid defeats Jay Vidal and Boopy, as we call him now, Boopy Gujar. Boopy Goosh. To earn the final place in the Ultimate X match, obviously at Emergence this Friday. Again, great to see all three of these guys back on Impact.
Yeah, Jay Vidal was incredible in this match.
Jay Vidal proves why they signed him. He's really good. He's really good. Yeah,
he really showed everyone what he can actually do when let loose. He was incredible, and Bhupinder Gujjar was amazing too. I wish Gujjar got the win, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Can I just say a quick bye to Keith? I think he's
Yeah.
off. Take care, buddy. So yeah, I mean, this was a good match. Boopy was good, and Laredo Kidd just proved what a fantastic talent he is. And I think he would be perfect. He's the perfect choice to go in the Ultimate X as well. So we then got John Greshem defeated Charlie Dempsey in what can only be described as a technical masterclass. This match was great, and if you're into your technical, pro wrestling, if you're into technical wrestling, you watch this match because it was really good, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Charlie Dempsey is a great technical wrestler, but Jonathan Greshem, I mean, he's the octopus. He's just that little
so
bit
quick.
better.
It's just so quick.
Just that little bit better than everybody.
Yeah.
But great match. Really enjoyed it. And I think if you're not into your technical wrestling, I thought they made this entertaining. Even though there's a lot of sort of kind of like holds and sort of like technical, like say technical wrestling going on. But this was a masterclass. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it, and I think if you didn't like this match, there must be something wrong with you. I thought it was really good. Now, after a classic Hardy Boys match, Matt and Jeff defeated Moose and JDC. We had a bit of a thing at the end with everybody coming out to sort of lay smackdowns on each other, and eventually Joe comes out to save the day, and it was all
his music playing throughout the entire beatdown was a brilliant part. It was just that was so good that they just left it going. It made his music now more of a fighting song than rather than you see it, you think it's going to be a joke. It's just things like that, letting the music play out, and it was so good. And
that then, of course, sets up their match for Emergence, which we can talk about in a minute. Now, guys, I just want to remind everyone we're now only 4 episodes away from episode 200. Now, obviously, that's a special episode. We want it to be a special episode, and we would like to hear from you guys on what you love the most about the show, or your favorite guest, moment, etc. Send your videos via WeTransfer.com to LordBison45@outlook.com. Information is down below, I believe, Joe. Yes?
Not yet, but I will add it in the comments.
Make sure you add it. I'll repeat that again. If we want to hear from you, so we want your videos on your favorite moment, what you love about the show, maybe your favorite guest, and just send your videos via WeTransfer.com to LordBison45@outlook.com, and we will feature them all on our 200th episode of Impacted. So make sure you get those over to us as soon as you can. And remember, guys, the sooner you get them over to us, the better, because that gives us time to make sure that they are, appropriate for a start. And of course, if not, then we can, do what we need to do to make them appropriate, and get them set and ready to go on the show, our 200th episode. If you get them to us too late, then they may not get on the show, because we wouldn't have had time to sort of kind of make sure that they're ready, make sure they're on the system to be played and all that kind of stuff. So it does involve a little bit of a setup. So please do that, guys. Like I said, videos, you could do, if you don't want to do a video, you would rather do an audio. It's best to do a kind of audio on video, if that makes sense. But you could do it with a blank screen or whatever you want to do. That's entirely up to you. But it's better if you bring it in on an MP4 format. But yeah, do all of that. We can get it in. We can play it on the show. It'll be great, and we can have some fun with all of that stuff. Definitely. And David Valentine, will T Blanchard return to TNA? I don't know. I don't know.
Chelsea Green even called her out, but she said she's got nothing against her at all, as a person, but until she takes some responsibility.
You definitely got something against her as a person. Come on.
And admit she's been a bit of a bitch. basically.
So she wants me to admit she's been a bit of a bitch.
No, but those aren't Chelsea's words. But that's basically how I've interpreted it.
I know.
And
I know.
You
I'm only messing with you.
Rather than admit that she's done some wrong, and when instead all she's doing is just burying her head in the sand and making it as though she's done nothing wrong. She's never been trouble or anything like that. But so many people have had issues with that, and so I don't know. It's just.
I know that the was it the Rosa issue? I know that there was they sort of kind of worked it out. I've heard they sort of kind of worked it out between them, which is great. I mean, I'm glad it's good that it's worked out, but there's still not really been a kind of official apology as such.
Yeah, that's basically what
I think that's what Chelsea was saying. Yeah, I think that's what.
Just apologize. And then everyone can sweep it under the carpet. Instead, Tessa goes on and just drags it on and on in different directions. Or that's how.
No, exactly. That's exactly right. And I totally agree with everything you're saying. I think that's right. And Chelsea has got a point. She's definitely got a point. Can I just say a quick hello to Sid? I just noticed you turn up. Yeah, we were talking about. We talked about that earlier, Sid. Going at the end of the show. If you want to reverse it back, you'll see what we had to say and all of that. But yeah, no, we definitely noticed Rosemary on NXT last night. Right, okay, let's get into this Emergence preview. So, first match, which is registered on the card at the moment, is Kushida versus Frankie Kazarian. Now, I think this is going to be good. To be fair, you've got two outstanding wrestlers here.
Yeah.
It's got to be good, isn't it? They're similar statures, they got interesting. They've both got very similar styles. I think it's going to be a great match. I'm looking forward to it. I think Kushida's going to get the win. What do you think?
I'm going to go with the King of TNA. I think the King Kaz has got to get the win, really, because he's his momentum's dropping a lot now, and unless something really, really big happens, then he's just going to go on a massive rampage elsewhere, and we don't want him to. We want Kaz to get the win so he can gloat about it, basically.
Of course, yeah.
Then he can,
Eric's agreeing with you. Eric is agreeing with you.
Then get that bit of humble pie from someone else later on.
Maybe. Okay. We've also got Macklin versus Eric Young.
This is going to be good.
We're talking vet versus world class maniac. We're talking.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is going to be. I think it's going to be a banger. And I think Macklin's going to pick up the win here. But I think it's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah. I was
two heavy hitters. That's what you've got.
Yeah, I was so excited when this match was confirmed. I didn't mention it to Steve Macklin, and Eric Young gave us a thumbs up for it, saying that this match alone was one of that's got me so excited for Emergence, and I cannot wait to see this.
Okay, I think so. I think it's going to be a badass. It's going to be a great match. Again, two, just one-on-one matches. I think will be really solid matches. They're going to be really good. We then got the Ultimate X match. Obviously, Mike Bailey versus Hammerstone. So we talked about that earlier. Wentz versus Jason Hotch. Big fan of Jason Hotch. Versus the Laredo Kidd. Versus NXT star Riley Osborne. Again, first time in an X division. First time in Ultimate X. Same for Hammerstone. I believe Jason Hotch has never been in one either. So I think the only people that've got experience in this one will be Mike Bailey, Zach Wentz, and Laredo Kidd. I think Hammerstone, Jason Hotch, and Riley obviously have got no experience in this match. But either way, I think it's going to be, it's going to be
so good.
It's going to be great.
Wow. I just can't wait for this match. Oh God.
It'd be interesting to see what Riley does as the NXT star.
I can see him doing some amazing dives and stuff. I can see him flying off the scaffolding.
Exactly. He was amazing in the three-way, wasn't he? In the qualifier.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. And Barry's saying that he has a feeling that Osborne might win. Take the X division to NXT, and NXT, that crowd would go wild for an Ultimate X.
Yeah,
you never know. Yeah, maybe. I'm not so sure we're going to see NXT star take the X division title. Not this early, anyway. I'll be very surprised, for instance, if Joe wins. The NXT title, for instance. So I don't know. I kind of struggle with the title matches because you sort of kind of
you want
already
them
know,
to win, and you don't want them to win because of what's happened with fucking Tony Khan, basically.
Yeah,
You know,
it's kind of like, it's difficult. I'd love to see Joe win the NXT title. I really would, and I think it would be very interesting to see Riley Osborne win the X Division title and take it to NXT, and we get some sort of storyline there. Maybe we end up with like you say, maybe we end up with an Ultimate X match on a WWE show. However, my only thing with that is that if we start taking what you would class our signature matches to other promotions, then it's sort of kind of, I don't know, you don't necessarily, it's not like, the only place you're going to see this is TNA. Not anymore, Oh God. Change the subject there, but I must get your opinion on the reunion of Oasis. Interested. Money talks, obviously. Considering, we're led to believe that the Gallagher brothers have not spoken to each other in like 10 years or something ridiculous. Now all of a sudden they're reuniting for a tour. Obviously, there's a lot of money involved. That's all I got to say.
It's about money. It's probably about to stop the stress on their mum, because apparently them being such assholes to each other is really, really basically broken their mum, and she's not got them left. So they want to make up before she goes. But I can see them falling out within like 2 or 3 weeks of this tour going through.
Yeah, can you imagine?
They're that hostile towards each other within it's just they're like bloody children.
I hope they've made. I don't know. I just hope they made up properly. I really do.
I do.
Because the people that will lose, the people that will be losing, will be the fans.
Yeah.
Because Oasis are a great band.
There's only a couple, 1 or 2 songs from their early albums that I like. I wasn't a huge fan of their later stuff, but
fantastic band. I got a lot of time for Oasis when they were, I loved the Wonderwall album. There was some good stuff. Okay, so we then have the system. So Moose, Edwards, Myers, and JDC versus Matt and Jeff Hardy, Joe Hendry, and Mike Santana in an 8-way tag match. I mean, that's going to be crazy. I'm pretty sure that Mike Santana, Joe Hendry will take most of that for that team. And but interestingly enough, I mean, Moose, Edwards, Myers, and JDC have all proved that they can go. So it should be interesting.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
So am I. A lot of people are like, a load of old farts in that one. I think it's going to be a really good match. Really good, solid.
But the Hardys versus Moose and JDC was a fantastic match too. I really enjoyed it.
I'm going to say that the system are going to win.
Yeah, I think the system might get the win. Yeah,
I have a funny feeling, because if they keep losing, then the system and them suck, don't they? You sort of kind of like they're rubbish, because what's the point?
System's going to break down too soon. If they're going to break the system up, break them up towards the end of the year, rather than
things a bit early to me.
Yeah.
But then we also got the 6-way tag match, which is Jordynne Grace and Spitfire versus Ash by Elegance and the Militia. I love calling it the Militia, even though they don't always call it that. So, again, we don't have a title match, but this is going to be great. We've
got the title match this Thursday instead.
Yes, but I'm looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be a great match between, because I'm a massive fan of Spitfire. I love Jodie Threat. She is awesome. got a lot of time for Jody Threat, and Danny Luna. I love Spitfire as a team, and I want to see them as champs. I think they'd be they just weren't champs long enough. We needed to see them as knockouts champs longer, but that's the way it is, I guess. We then got the 1 hour Iron Man match for TNA World Title. Nick Nemeth versus Josh Alexander, the Mr. TNA Iron Man himself.
Wanted Man versus the Iron Man. This is going to be insane. This is going to
be crazy match. A full hour of just insaneness, I'm sure. I think the crowd are going to absolutely love this one. They're going to absolutely love it. I'm excited for it. Are you excited for it?
I am. I can't wait. I've been so pumped for this since for the entire event since I knew it was the next one coming. Every event that TNA have put out since 2017, I've been really, really excited for. So, and it's just the excitement's just gotten better and bigger and bigger and bigger and more as the Anthem era has gone through. They've really turned this company around from when I started watching back in 2015 my God, it's just gone so up. It's just insane how good it's gone.
It has. It certainly has. I'm just noticing what's Phoenix Skin 12.
It's a but I can't block it from me because it's on Twitch.
Oh, okay. I wonder whether Jay can do it. I don't know. He might be able to get rid of it for us.
Yeah.
There you go. Bots, nice, offering cheap viewers. I have no idea what it is, but anyway, so Nemeth will get the win because it's way too early for him to lose a title, and I think he's so far.
It might end in a draw. If it ends in a draw, that would be insane.
I can't see it.
I know, but wow, what? Imagine if it does. That would be. Oh wow! And will they do 5 more minutes? What will happen then?
Yeah, exactly. But what I do know is that either way, I mean, I'm not sure what they could do next, to be honest. Once you've done a 1 hour Iron Man, I mean, we're going to start going. If that was a draw, are we going to start going into kind of like Full Metal Mayhem 30-minute matches or something? I don't know.
Give them a 2 out of 3 falls match with 3 different stipulations in. And
yes, that would be good. Of course, it could go. Norbert is right. It could go sudden death.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting. But what a match! It's going to be insane. I'm very excited. They've not done anything with regards to a countdown show.
I think Macklin and Kazarian's matches will be on the countdown. Given that they've got an hour for Josh's match.
It's a 3-hour show.
Yeah, and
normally they have 8 or 9 matches, and there's 6.
I'm just thinking of the amount of people in some of these matches. They're going to need to make them long to make them longer.
That's
really,
true.
Really showcase everyone, like the 8 tag match.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of people in it.
Yeah, but I can see Tasha Steele's getting a match with Giselle Shaw, possibly on a countdown show. As well, because Tasha Steele.
I agree. I think that could work. That could work. Maybe we'll get a knockout. I think there definitely needs to be a countdown show. You might be right. I mean, maybe Macklin versus EY could be like the main event of a countdown show.
Yeah.
And then they have 2 other matches or something. Well, actually, it's only a half-hour one, isn't it, for these specials?
Yes.
So they maybe could get that one on there, and then maybe get another knockout match. Get a knockout match on there as well.
There you go. Matt Cardona also. Yeah, they are due to be facing each other because Matt Cardona is medically cleared now to wrestle.
Oh, he is. So we could see. But
he
I
made
think if that happens, that will probably happen at the tapings, though, wouldn't it? I would imagine, unless they put it on, unless it is added, it might end up being added to the card. You never know.
I think it was intentionally meant to be added to the card. That was part of Matt Cardona's terms and conditions when he signed for this match. But it was like he has such a PCO, but it has to be at Emergence, and then a match, a match beforehand with but he wasn't medically cleared for that one. So, but he is medically cleared now. He made an appearance at GCW, and his fucking brilliant entrance for that one too. He came back, and his entire thing was based around Jurassic Park. When the T-Rex comes in and just like destroys everything with the cars.
That's brilliant. Love it. I can imagine it. I really can. I can imagine. I've not seen it, so fair play. I'm going to go and check that out now. Right, okay. So Mir's saying Josh Alexander shows up at No Mercy, cost Joe Hendry a chance of winning the NXT title. I agree. We've been saying that all along. I really can't see. I really can't see him winning the title. There's got to be some sort of interference. And it makes sense if it was Josh Alexander from a storytelling point of view, the way they've been doing that over there. And then we'll get some sort of feud then coming out of Emergence. Because I think Josh will lose to Nick Nemeth, and then obviously he's going to have to... Yeah,
they can't let Josh and Joe Hendry die down that quickly, because they were at each other's throats right up until the system really pushed Santana and Joe Hendry even more. Joe Hendry was just picking up for the Hardys because the Hardys had his back in general.
Exactly. Totally agree. So let's talk about TNA Impact this Thursday. So tomorrow night we've got Eddie Edwards versus Mike Santana.
That's going to be a banger.
That will 100% be a banger. We've got Hammerstone versus Eric Young. Another banger, but again, it's a rematch from Slammiversary. We've got ABC versus Cody Deaner and Jake Something. Nice to see Cody Deaner and Jake Something tagging again.
Yeah.
However, it's also a bit like they don't know what to do with Jake Something again.
Yeah, I'm really annoyed. I think he was put in the wrong qualifier match for the Ultimate X. I think he should have been in the Ultimate X for Emergence
instead of Hammerstone, in my opinion, because he would have been the big man.
Yeah,
but he is an X Division style big man.
It'll be Hammerstone or Laredo Kidd. I would have replaced for Jake Something.
I agree. Totally agree.
Have you seen the stuff he's done with Mike Bailey recently?
Yeah,
the tag team was absolutely incredible. Those two.
Awesome. Did you? I tell you what, guys. I want to know. Have you also seen the promo with Trent Seven about buying tickets for? I think it's BFG. It might be Emergence, but I think it's BFG. And you've got Trent Seven. He says, "Oh, do you know what? I've completely forgotten when it is, but I know someone that might know. I just need to say his name." And then Joe Hendry turns up and finishes the promo off. I thought it was very clever. Very, very clever. I liked it. And there was a bit, Trent's on the side doing this. Yeah. And he's like, Joe's like, nice typing. So anyway, I liked it. That was good. Jordynne Grace versus Ash by Elegance is in a match by Elegance. Or is it called a match by Elegance match? I don't know what you're going to call this one, but anyway, it's a match by Elegance. Jordynne Grace versus Ash by Elegance. So we're going to get the rematch from Slammiversary.
I think we're also going to have Mike Bailey versus Rich Swann as well, because Rich Swann was last week. Rich Swann was pissed because he wasn't in the Ultimate X match. So Mike Bailey said that he'll challenge him to a match this week.
Well, that was mentioned, but then he's been suspended, so they might have taken that one off. They might have taken that one off the card. You never know.
I didn't know anyone was suspended, so
yeah, no. Rich has been suspended for his for something that happened back in June or something, some drinking thing. But anyway, real shame. But then I think the main event will be Joe Hendry versus Brian Myers from the System. I'm liking this. I'm liking it. I think this is going to be a really, really good match.
There's a lot of history between Myers and Joe Hendry. That's the thing as well.
Of course there is.
People have almost blanked that already, and even I sometimes forget that there's a history between.
You got the Digital Media Championship, haven't we?
Yeah.
Brian was like, "That's my championship." Joe wins it, and it's interesting. It's interesting.
Brian Myers started off one of the first, I don't even have to say his name, moments, and then Joe Hendry comes out the fridge.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got a guy coming to us all the way from Italy. This Joe Hendry, big watch of his come I'm not sure. Explain why didn't win its anniversary. Explain why Joe Hendry didn't win its anniversary.
Joe Hendry didn't win its anniversary. Basically, it's too soon for him to be world champion. He's come back to TNA after he's been back in TNA for just over a year.
Yeah.
After about 3 years away, and at the moment he's building himself across the wrestling spectrum, across WWE, across any company he's gone to now.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit too early. Slamversity is just a little bit too early. I think if he's going to win it,
and
if he's going to win it, it'll be BFG.
Yeah, it's too early, and it would have also interfered with anything they've had planned with him with WWE and what he's had planned elsewhere. You know, he's made such a name for himself, and it's gone so big. I think everyone's like short-term plans with him have just exploded into, oh my god, what the fuck can we do now? But but for all the right reasons, which is just amazing.
Totally agree. But guys, that's all we got time for this week. Also, if you want to show your support to the TNI UK team, please feel free to super sticker us or head over to prowrestlingtees.com/total nonstop impact for some great shirts, or head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. Links, of course, are below. Don't forget to send us your videos of, you know, what you love about the show, your favorite bits, your favorite guest. You know, whatever you want, just send it on over. Remember, WeTransfer.com to Lord Bison 45 at outlook.com. That's where you need to send your videos. Get it over to us. And we will make sure that we feature each and every one of them, as long as they get to us in time. So the earlier you do them, the better. On episode 200, which is obviously 4 episodes time. So it's not very long now. It's not very long at all. Okay, so also, if you want to support the TNI UK team, please feel free to. Oh, I've already done that bit. All TNI shows are available to all of you listed on the Go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you list your favorite shows. We are there. Where can we find you on the social media there, Joe?
You can find me on Twitter at JOKEmptySpace. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube at by looking for hashtag empty space, hashtag into the void, or if you fancy to tickle your taste buds and you send you a hashtag daily giggle, but approach with an open mind, and you just might keep your sanity.
Sanity. Yeah.
Make remember to breathe in between that, because like forgetting it all out in one sentence.
Sanity. Yeah, definitely. Okay, don't forget to follow TNI on the socials at We Talk Impact. Again, available on Facebook, the Instanet, on X, wherever you do your social media. We are there at We Talk Impact. Find me at Lord Bison 45 on the X. If you want to keep your sanity, then you will find me there at Lord Bison 45. And of course, if you want to follow my journey, my fitness stuff, my inspirational stuff, get onto TikTok at Bison by Design. Go and give me a follow. Show me some support. I'd really, really appreciate it. Please take the time, though, to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube. That's the most important thing, by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget, of course, to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or even a smash to never miss any of the great content coming out of the TNI UK and US teams each and every single week. Of course, don't forget the review show tomorrow night, directly after Impact has aired. And you know, go and give J-Bone and the US guys as much love as you possibly can, because they need lots of love. J-Bone especially, he needs love right now. He needs lots of love at the minute. So make sure you go and show him lots of love tomorrow night after Impact is aired on Access TV or TNA Plus or Fight Network, wherever it is that you watch it. Once it's aired, make sure you go and check out Total Nonstop Impact Review Show. With all that said, I, of course, have been Bison, and he has been the man coming to us from a void, of course, the Joker. And unfortunately, Limpster's not with us, but if he was, we would have seen the Limpster as well. And this has been episode 196 of Impacted. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.